Alright guys, so I wanted to give you an update. This is the Frogger that I did for a buddy of mine. His wife, he gave it to her for Christmas. So I ended up picking it up with the other two, you know, the Defender and the Galaxian that you just saw. And I wanted to kind of go through with it because I did finish restoring it. Well, not really restoring it, just really cleaning it up because, I mean, this is the completed thing. I actually, originally had those, I guess the drilled holes for the locks on the bottom for the lock bar. So I ended up filling that in with Bondo. And I didn't want to have to redo the whole laminate cabinet. So what I ended up doing is I just put stickers on there of the Frogger logo and, you know, behind a black background. And they look pretty decent. It's not perfect. They're not exactly completely flush. Like the one on the left is a little more to the right, but that's exactly where the bar holes, the lock bar holes were. So I figured, what the heck, let me just cover them up. And I thought it looks pretty decent. When you look at it at first glance, it looks really good. Again, I was just cleaning it up. So the other main thing, and it was a huge one, was, I don't know if you could see that there, but I actually created a, I guess, kind of like a tipping prevention piece of wood there. Because what happens is this is a very low profile cabinet, and because it has an LCD in there and not the heavy monitor, it was very top heavy. And my son was actually playing it, and I had to catch it, and it almost actually fell on him when I had the original 19-inch monitor in there. Mine is a little bigger, so it's a little heavier of a monitor, but man, this thing was super light. So luckily I caught it, nothing happened, but I did put kind of like a, you'll see them on funny cars as well, like on the back so they don't do wheelies. Basically the same concept, so no matter how much you tug on it forward, it really doesn't do anything. And you could also step on it while you're playing. It's kind of like a kick plate a little bit. So it turned out well. I think it looks pretty good. It's very basic. It's screwed to the bottom of the cabinet all the way through the back. And the leg levelers actually are set so that it lifts it perfectly to match the thickness of the board. So it's nice and sturdy, nice and flat. You could totally tug on it while you're playing and it will not fall on you. And they have a couple kids, so I really didn't want any danger happening or any dangerous situations there. So the T-molding was in decent shape, so I left it. I actually ordered new T-molding for this, but it looked good, so it was fine. I did polish it up. I painted the entire front down there black. It was originally black, but it had a lot of chips and stuff, so I think it looks really good, and it also matches the plate that I put on there. The coin door, you can see it's missing the reject. I guess when the quarter comes out, it just comes out flying at you. I guess you can get those, but I felt since it's 16-1, it's mainly set to free play. You don't really need that. However, at the last minute, he decided, or we decided together, actually, we discussed it, that it'd be better to set it for quarters for his kids. That way he can regulate how much they play, and he can kind of reward them with quarters if needed, because if you set it for unlimited play, man, I mean, they'll just go nuts. They're a little young, so we thought that'd be best. I did replace the glass. Originally it had regular glass. This is now tinted glass. I got it at Tapp Plastics. If you guys ever need the template, because you can see the bolts, I mean the bolt holes and everything, they actually cut the holes for me. I measured it perfectly, actually. It came out exactly perfect. You put the old one over it, it's exactly a match. So if you guys ever need a replacement for Frogger, which is clear, I decided to go with tinted because it's a 16-1. Just let me know, I can always get that to you, but it was spot on from Tapp Plastics. They do a really good job. I use them for the Vigolixes as well that I make. And then I did replace, like I said, the up here was purple, or it looked kind of purple, but it was really blue in the background. It was an LED. So I actually replaced that with a cheap $10 cold cathode 12-volt tube, and it looks really good. I mean, it's not the perfect marquee there, but does the job, lights it up. I made a whole bezel in there, created it from scratch. Took the light, it was bleeding light in there as well. I, patched that up. I put some cardboard in there that's really durable. It kind of has like a plastic coating on it so you can clean it and stuff. Not really sure what it was called, but I picked it up at Home Depot super cheap for like $4. And it came out really good. I'm really happy on how it came out, especially the control panel. Yeah, so that's it. So I just touched up the cabinet, painted the back door, which it did have, completely black along with the bottom. So the whole back is painted the same color as the bottom there. And it came out really good, looks really sharp. And I also changed the lock to a barrel lock, which is like the cylinder ones, and it opens and locks very good. And also, last but not least, let me go over here. I don't know if you could see it, but I did put a volume knob inside. It had one already, a pot, but it wasn't really, it was disconnected because it was originally meant for Frogger, which is a different value. So I ended up getting a L-pad, which is a volume control. Just put that in between the speakers and now you can control the volume, so that's really cool. So these locks are actually pretty good. I got like, I guess, 10 of them. Was it 10? No, it was 5 actually for 10 bucks. And they're pretty decent quality. They're not the best, but you know, for home use, it's fine. But we're gonna go ahead, let's go ahead and do some gameplay on this. And I'll set this up and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so here we are, we're back. I just wanted to show you the marquee again real quick in the dark. I mean, this thing is pretty bright and it does a good job, and it was 10 bucks, so you can't really go wrong. All right, so let me go ahead and set this up. I'm going to just put this right here. We'll get some gameplay and have a little fun. So I'm putting a quarter in. All right, so you can choose a whole bunch of games. Basically, I chose the Ms. Pac-Mans, which you see here. These are all the games. I disabled, it only has 7 pages. It normally has 8. I disabled a ton of games. I think it has 10. Yeah, it has 10 because there's 6 per page. It's a 60 in one. So there's regular Ms. Pac-Man, and then if you go left, which goes to the last page, it has version 2 of Pac-Man, which is just a speed-up version. So actually, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to test out the joystick. So I'm going to go to Ms. Pac-Man 2, and I also changed it to be hearts instead of the regular dots, so I can tell the difference when you're playing. So this is the fast version right off the bat. So this thing is super responsive, super clear. People say there's lag. If there is, I can't really tell. But it's really fun to play. So let's see. So I'm sure she's gonna love it. So it is super rock solid. It is kid proof. You know, I really did, I basically just sealed up the bad stuff that was going on here, especially the electricity. I mean, that could have caused a fire easily. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put another quarter in. And let's see, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go to Galaga. It's another good one. So it's hard to see with the camera, but you can actually see, since I have to kind of put the LCD at a certain angle, you can see the bottom here when you're standing straight, but you can't really see it with the camera here. And I decided to go with Leaf joysticks because the Pac Pro is just so good. And then, you know, I really don't want to be maintaining this a lot and having to go there and do that. So I decided to go with Micro Leaf buttons. And, you know, it's fine. For 60-in-1, it's decent. Can't complain at all. All right, so I'm getting captured. Just doubling up my ship here. And the speaker is located right here. It's a mono speaker. And it's fine, no issues so far. Cool, I got lucky there. Alright, so I just fired up Donkey Kong. So it looks like, you know, it's not as good as the original. But, you know, it's definitely playable, same gameplay and everything, just the samples are a little different because this is an old version of MAME. But that's fine, it's not a big deal. I have to do a gameplay on this, you know, because I've hit 100,000 finally, I just haven't captured it on film, so I'm going to see if I can do that in a future video. When I play this, I usually play it on MAME. It's a lot, I just like the sounds a little better. But it's really good on here, so if you guys don't have it, I mean the 60-in-1, still pretty decent. And there I go controlling the barrels. And there you go, so I'm going to level 2. Alright, so let me go ahead and switch to another game just so you can see. Alright guys, so I fired up Frogger here. Figured why not. And this Pac Pro works really good with it. right, let's try another game here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a quarter in. That'll take it to the main menu. And let's try Ms. Pac-Man. And you can see, man, this thing looks crystal clear. I'm actually going to, I'll zoom in a second. But this scanline generator is amazing. If you ever have an LCD, in this case I had to here, you really won't regret it. I mean, it's amazing. Totally worth it. So let me go ahead, I'll zoom in right now, and you'll see Miss Pac-Man right here. I mean, she looks really good. Let's go ahead and eat some ghosts. Yeah, it looks amazing. So there I am again. You know, so video really doesn't do it justice. It looks so amazing in person, and with this tinted glass, I mean, this monitor is just so bright, but tinted glass, it just looks perfect. So there you have it, guys. So this is a 16-1. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was very frustrating that I had to fix it after all that time and effort to pick it up. And but you know what? It's now at DeLuSioNaL standard. That's the standard I like to have these games in. It's going to go in a great home, and hopefully it'll be back one day and we can do a full resto on it. But for now, I'm really happy with what the results, and everything I did is completely reversible. The only thing that's not reversible really is the control panel, because it's drilled, but you could always fill those in. But again, that was already drilled before I got it, so you know, I wasn't destroying history here. So that's it. But if I had to really guess, or even just talk about, if I had to like just classify a good 16-1 cab candidate, this is definitely not one of those, because it's such a low profile cabinet that's light. Like I said, it's very top heavy when it does not have a monitor in it. If it has a monitor in it, it's fine. But if you have to put an LCD, it's really bad news. People can get hurt. So that's my solution down there, and it's working extremely well. Actually better than I'd hoped. So so there it is, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Just give it a thumbs up. It's a quick video. I know haven't been posting in a while, but I have some really I had a lot of holiday stuff to do, and also you know, the videos I'm trying to release are more quality now, you know, with sound and all my microphones and my editing techniques. So you know, I spend a lot of time on them, and I really you know, want to make sure that you're not wasting your time either watching like a 2-hour video. I want it to be like condensed and kind of getting to the point, and you know, I want it to be beautifully edited. So that's why it's taking longer than normal to release these videos. But I am going to try to get it done now that winter's here. I can kind of just buckle down and you know, get my editing rig together and just pump out the shows. So I have tons of footage. I got to do ZapCon, which is coming up. And also I have the unboxing of Harriman's Customs. I'm going to build a bar top, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, so I guess that's it. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, spread the news, and we're aiming for 1,000 subscribers, folks. So hopefully we'll hit it by the end of the month, if not in February. And we are trying to grow our subscriber base. And don't forget to hit me on Twitter at Del's Arcade. That's at DELS Arcade. And you can just leave a message or see what I'm working on. And you'll see unlisted videos on there every now and then as well. All right, guys. So that's about does it for this video. See you next time, and take care.